When you think of an industry that is majorly dominated by men, the first that may come to mind is the construction industry. Of all the people working in construction, women comprise only about 10.3%. Even smaller is the number of women on the front line of a job site. Why is it so? Today we'll be looking at gender equality, but as regarding construction industry. Why are women? Why is the percentage of women in this industry very minute? Is it because we think it's demeaning, or we are not as strong, or we're simply not aware of the opportunities that lies in this industry? Today on Triple F, Facts, Face, and Forum. In this segment of interview, we're going to be looking at the construction industry as regards women. That is, women in the construction industry. My name is Peace Isaac Yero, and I welcome you to Facts, Face, and Forum. I have a guest in the studio who will take a short break, and when we return, I will introduce my guest, and then we kick off with this conversation. Stay with us. You're still on to Facts, Face, and Forum on the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Lagos, Channel 10. And our focus today is women in the construction industry. My guest today is the barrister, is a lawyer. And the first question I asked her was, what is a lawyer doing in the construction industry? You will get the answer. She is Barrister Doris Mbadiwe, a constructpreneur with over 15 years experience in the construction industry. You're welcome.
Thank you, Ma. I'm pleased to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Now, for somebody as pretty as you are,
thank you.
Two questions that ask, what are you doing as a lawyer in the construction industry? And what construction are you doing? Building skyscrapers or just building? You know, it's something that is rare.
Yeah.
So, I need to know first the relationship between law and construction.
Okay. As you've rightly said, I'm a trained lawyer. But of course, in the construction industry, we do need legal lawyers and legal consultancy, because the foundation of every construction contract or project has a legal undertone. So the legal skills are needed in the construction sector as well.
This industry, like you rightly said, has just a little percentage of women in it.
Yes.
Why is it so?
So there are several factors. I would say that the challenges before women get into construction, and the first would be that there's lack of awareness. So a lot of women don't know of the opportunities that exist in the sector. As we speak, there are over 150 career opportunities in the construction sector that women are very unaware of. You know, the typical construction worker that everyone thinks about, or most of us think about, is, you know, a strong, you know, male, with a hard hat, with a construction helmet, you know, covered up with dirt and, you know, dust and all of that. But that is not what construction, that is not the only aspect of construction. You know, we have over 150 career opportunities in the industry. Now, I would want to say that the construction workforce are made up of three major categories. So we have the construction entrepreneurs, which are the people that own the construction company. And who says that a woman cannot own a construction company? Then we have the construction professionals. Now, those are males and females that have at least some level of educational qualification. So by them, I mean engineers, architects, quantity surveyors, estate surveyors, project managers. So they form the construction professionals category. And then we have the construction artisans. By them, I mean the painters, the plumbers, the bricklayers, and interior decorators. And who says that women cannot be part of this at all levels? So in the construction industry, there's something for every woman to do, regardless of your age and regardless of your academic qualifications. So yes, and of course, I mean, there's this negative stereotype, and we have social cultural biases that people think that the construction industry is just for males, it's for males only, because of this perception that we've had over years. But this is not true, because every career is gender neutral. So nobody started out by saying construction is just for males. It's just that males have been able to access the opportunities in the industry well enough as opposed to women. And that, for me, has to change, because we form 50% of the population. We're major end users and beneficiaries of infrastructure. So we use the roads, we use the bridges, we use the highways, we use buildings. And I feel that to exclude that number of participants in the planning stage all the way down to the completion stage of any construction project should not be encouraged. I think that women should be involved at every stage and level of construction, and women should be made aware of the vast opportunities in the sector.
Now, I need for you to re-emphasize on the opportunities that abound in this industry. And, we only think construction industry has to do with people carrying
yes.
Carrying
sand and gravel, yes.
And all of that. Mm-hmm. So let's have more understanding, because I believe that if that is done, there could be some people there who are even involved in the industry and didn't know.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So the opportunities abound. I classify them into two: direct opportunities and indirect opportunities. So by direct opportunities, I mean that you can be a construction entrepreneur. You can decide that you want to open your own construction company, and then, of course, employ other employees to work for you. And then, of course, we have the construction professionals. So for women out there that are already engineers or architects, they could do more to service the construction industry. You could decide that, well, maybe I don't have an educational qualification. I missed the opportunity to go to school. You can decide that you want to be an artisan. Even people that have educational qualifications but want to use their hands or are good with their hands, building things, can decide, I want to be a painter. I have a passion for painting. I have a passion I like to work with electricals. I want to be an electrician. I want to be a bricklayer, a mason. I want to be. So there are different opportunities in that. There are people that are very good at project management, that study project management. We have need for project managers in the construction sector. There are people that have decided, well, we're good managers. We can manage people. We need HR, human resource managers in the construction sector. Now, so those are the direct opportunities that exist. The indirect opportunities basically are for people who are not necessarily directly involved in the building or construction of infrastructure, but they feed that industry, they feed the sector. So you could have people who supply the materials used for building. So you have cement, people that supply cement, people that supply stone bases, sand, water, and the like. People that supply the irons that are used to build. So those are, and that is one aspect of the indirect opportunity. You could decide that you want to be a supplier. You could decide you want to be a subcontractor. Now, what do I mean by that? So in a building project, the main contractor could decide, well, I don't have to do all the aspect of the work. I can subcontract a certain aspect of this particular contract to somebody else. So a subcontractor will be called in. Now, that subcontractor could be an SME. It could be another company that can provide that service. So, for example, we may just decide that the tiling aspect, maybe 20% or 50%, would like to subcontract that out. Another company can, of course, be involved with that. And then you have people that actually support the construction industry. So after every construction project, there has to be cleaning. The site has to be cleaned. Of course, why not a cleaning company? You can subcontract that aspect of work to a cleaning company. That cleaning company can be owned by, of course, a woman. Now, the construction workers have to be fed, at all levels. The directors have to be fed. The site workers have to be fed. Who says that, a catering company owned by a woman cannot participate in that aspect of the job? So that is what I mean by the indirect opportunities, in the industry. But again, you're servicing the construction industry. You can decide that, well, I have some money. I'm looking to invest. You can decide you want to invest in a construction company that you know is doing well, and of course get your profits or your proceeds at the end of the day. So then we need consultants. So we need doctors. So doctors are needed in the construction sector because safety, of course, is key. We need nurses. We need lawyers because everything is based on contracts. So we need legal consultants or legal firms that can provide that service. We need florists because now we have something called green construction. We want to purify the air in a building. We need certain plants strategically positioned in a building that would make the air a lot cleaner and will filter out pollution. So we need people who are good in ICT because now we have construction softwares. We have processes now that make construction work or a lot easier. So we need everyone. We need people who are good in ICT. We need consultants. We need estate surveyors, all of those companies or SMEs.
In other words, the company is really vast.
It is. Almost everybody, regardless, yes, of course.
Regardless of whether you're a man,
yes, or a woman.
But women
should
get more involved.
Yes.
That's why I asked that, there could be some women doing some stuff and they didn't know that they could service construction industry.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. We always see this, women at construction sites feeding,
Yeah.
You just put their small kiss by the side. There's a particular woman I noticed around my area. From the time we moved into that area, more than 50 houses have sprung up and the woman is still there.
Yes.
So I can imagine how much money she has made.
A lot. I would imagine. Yes.
All of this. Sometimes it may not really be as easy as you was making it look like. Now, some of the challenges that women face in terms of this gender, is there any assurance that, okay, you're bidding for a contract in a construction company as a man, and I'm bidding as well, that I will be considered with beyond bias?
Yes.
Because this could be some of the laybacks.
Okay. So what I would say to that is, for mostly public contracts, state or federal, I don't think there's anyone sitting back and thinking, well, the bidder should be male or they should be female. I don't think there's any, there's any sort of overt or direct, deliberate discriminatory practice going on. The most important thing is competence. And if you have the capacity to actually do the jobs. But what we find is that most of the companies that bid for those contracts, or most of the companies that come forward, are companies that are male dominated. So they're owned by males as opposed to females. And that's what we advocate, that women should build the capacity and build the confidence and the courage to know that they can do it. Now, they don't have to start big. You can start small. There's no sin against starting small. the sin is remaining small. Because as with every other thing, you know, you should start small, but do not remain small. You have to continue to build capacity to expand and then to grow. So, you know, there are contracts that are below 50 million. There are contracts that are, you know, 100 million, and then of course. So I would say that women should, you know, build the capacity to access the 50 million, and then when they start to do that, they would get, you know, build more confidence to access the 100 million. But there has to be a starting point. You know, you have to start. I encourage a lot more women to, you know, get involved in the industry, either directly or indirectly.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Barrister Doris Mbadiwe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, as a woman, you've heard that there are so many things you can do. You don't have to cry that, oh, I don't have money. There are women out there like you willing to support, like Barrister Mbadiwe. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Don't be lazy. Go into construction or go into fashion. You will feed everybody. So don't go and sit down there and say you don't have a job to do. That will be all today on Facts, Face, and Forum. My name is Peace Isaac in Yeroku. I've enjoyed every bit of today, and I hope you did the same. Get in touch with us, follow us on our social media platforms, and we need your feedback, as it's very important for the success of this program. We'll see you again next week, God willing. I remain Peace Isaac Yeroku. Bye for now.